Hey, how's everybody doing on this Sunday? Well, I kind of need to go through this box. I'll show you here real quick. Hold on. See all these bees? You can see them kind of under the box too. It's pretty full. Well, I need to get into it, and this is one way of you managing your hive. If you are a hobbyist, this is a good way to do it. In fact, it's just about the only way you can manage your hive. If you let it get too big, it'll swarm on you. For me down here in Florida, they won't be swarming June and July. It's too hot and there's not much food out there, so they just sit here and build up, and then when the nectar flow comes in fairly okay in about a month, they'll want to swarm. They usually swarm if the box is full or not in the spring, but in the fall it takes a lot for them to swarm, and a strong box will make them swarm. So let's get in it. I got some boxes here ready. Got a nook ready. I got a 2-framer ready. I got a 3-framer ready. And I'll show you how to break it down. So let's see what we got in here and go from there. Especially if you're a hobbyist, if you want to try and at least pay for the hobby, and you don't want your bees to swarm, you still want to maintain a good hive, you want to pull some frames out of here like I'm going to do. Within 25 days of today, you want to go back into the box that you pulled from and see if you have any brood. If you don't have any brood in 25 days, chances are you don't have a queen. So let's see what happens. Let's see how I'm going to break it down. I don't even know how I'm going to break it down. I haven't been into it in quite a while, and I didn't write anything down on this lid. So most likely it was a nook, and I came back and I put it in a big box probably a couple months ago or so. So let's see what it looks like, because I don't even know what it looks like inside yet. I got my smoker ready. I probably won't have to smoke it. I hope not, but I got my smoker ready just in case. So let's see. It's glued down pretty good. You see how I hold that lid down low even after I open it? Just hold it down there for a second to calm down. You can kind of figure out the temperament of the bee as soon as you pop the lid up. Always want to look on the lid and see if you got a queen in there. Let's see, let me adjust it just a little bit. Alright, so I don't see the queen on it, so I'm going to stand this up right here. We'll see what happens. If it's got a lot of brood, I might be able to make 3 little splits out of this today. If they don't, we'll go from there too. We'll show you how to do it. But if you want to make $1 trying to sell a nook now and then just to pay for the hobby and still maintain your beehive so you don't lose your bees, you don't lose your good queen, this is how you want to do it. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking for brood, which there is the first frame out. It is full of brood, as you can tell. In fact, look at the hornet. That hornet just landed on there trying to kill that bee. You see that? See that hornet? They love bees. And that's the paper shell hornet nest that you see hanging in a tree. So let's see, there's a little bit of food on this side, but I'm still hunting for the queen because that's what I am looking for. I'm going to put this one in the nook for starters. because if I don't find the queen, I will go back and see and recheck those foundations and the frames and see if I can find her. So you can say that I'm not making a blind split. I want to look for the queen. So that's kind of what I'm doing. A lot of brood. A lot of brood on this frame. A lot of brood in this box. Full of brood, look at that. Hardly no food. You can tell on the edges. No food, a lot of brood all the way down. And I have not spotted the queen yet. So what you want to do is if you can't see very well like me, I'll get like a 2.5 or $2.75 set of eyeglasses that you can get at the dollar store for like $4, $5, whatever, and you want to look in there. So if you're going to make a queen, if you want them to make a queen cell, you've got to make sure you have them little dots in there. That gives them a 3-day window to raise a queen. If you put anything in there too old and brood, they will not raise a queen, because they cannot raise a queen. So let me, that one there I already saw, it had young brood in there, so I need to go get my glasses. Just a little cheap pair of glasses. Magnifying glass, basically. And you can look right in there and see. See if you see any dot-sized larvae. And I do see some right down in here. So now if I wanted to use this to make a split off of this box, I can, and which I probably will. So I'm going to stick this one in this box. There she is. You see her? I know you don't see her from that distance. Let me bring it up to you. Right there. You see her? Right here. She's hiding, but she's right there. Right here. Right down in that corner. So, alright, now that I found the queen, I want to separate her. I'm going to put her in this third box right here. Now I know where the queen is, so when you do whatever you want to do to the box, you ain't got to worry about rolling her or putting her in something you want to keep her. So now we can work a little faster because I ain't got to look for the queen. So let's go check this one. They got a little queen cup there, but it's dry. You can see the queen cup right here. See it? Well, let me go down some more. Right here. It's dry, there's nothing in it. But because I'm making splits, I will not gnaw it off because they may want to use it, and that will just speed up the process. So this side looks pretty good too. A lot of pollen, a lot of brood, very little food. In fact, if you look right up here, whoops, there is no food. No food at all. So I am going to put this one right here. I'm going to put this one here for now. Now that I got what I wanted over here, I can add a frame. If you put 2 frames of brood in here, this 2-framer would be too small. So this frame is ready to go. This box is ready to go right here. So this box is ready to go. All I did, the front's already wired up closed, so they can't come and go. All I gotta do is put a lid on it, screw it down, put my 2 screws on the frame so that they don't vibrate during travel. So let's finish these other 2 boxes. Brood and a lot of pollen. See that? A lot of pollen. Brood. And in fact, there's only a little tiny bit of food right here. That's all I see. The same as on this side of the frame. Little bit of food in the corner, no food. All brood, pollen. So I'm going to put this one in the middle of these 2. And these 3 frames is plenty for this nook. Plenty of bees, because there's a lot of cat brood in here. And there's a lot of one-day larvae in it. So, you know, and at least you got a better chance of them raising a queen. So I'll put these 2 in here. Just like that. That's a 5-framer. That is a nook. And this one here, this has got the queen on it. Always double check, make sure she's still on here. If not, she may be in your box. I'm just looking for the queen. Remember, you always got to know where she's at. Well, I don't quite see her on that frame. She might have got it. In fact, she did. She's right here. I got her right here. Just like that. Let me see if I can lower this a little bit, and I'll show you how to clip a wing. Sorry about the vibration. I'm not a cameraman, but I hope it works for you. So anyways, there's your queen. Right there, you can see her. What works best is a pair of fingernail clippers. You can just clip the very tip of the wing, and you can see just how long it is right there. And you only got to take a hair off of it. Usually I'll lay her right here, lay the wing down, and I'll cut the wing off. Now you can look at the wing again, and there's not a whole lot. I took the tip off. She will not fly. She will not swarm on you. Now if they do swarm, being that her wing is cut, she will go down and come out the front of the box and go up under the box. So if you ever see a pile of bees in a swarming mode, like in a bundle and kind of hanging down, she's in there. That means you need to go in this box and look for queen cells. But you will never, ever lose this queen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put her back on this frame. Right here. There she goes. Put it back in. And I will move her to the side. And she'll stay right here long enough for me to figure out what I'm going to do here. Got to use my trusty glasses again. Okay, she has laid in this one. Just even right there, just all you need is just a few dot-sized brood to get you going for another queen raising. So I will put this one here in the center here, or the side, and I'm gonna give it one more. One more. Now, I will add one new frame. Actually, one new frame, which is right here. Alright, you see how simple that was? I didn't smoke my bees. I took out 1, 5, 6, 7 frames of bees out of here. No, 6 frames of bees out of here. I made 3 boxes, a 2-framer, a 3-framer, and a nook. Remember that whole pile of bees in the front? This box will bounce right back like it was nothing. She will be a full box by my winter, which is I am in North Florida. So, alright, you see how simple that was? And this is what I'm going to do. Since I got a nice, clean, drawed out foundation already, I'm going to put it right in the center. Within a day or so, she'll have that full of brood. And then I'll slide this one back over, nice and easy. I'll slide these to the next to this new frame, or the pulled out foundation. Bees like to be in the center. I'm going to pull this last frame out because I want to see if it's full of food or is it full of brood. And I'll show you what to do with that either way. Okay, this one is full of food. Both sides, they haven't capped it yet, but just a little bit of capping. A little bit of capping there, but that's all the food this box has. I'm actually going to put it back to the outside because bees like to put their food to the outside. If this box was weak, I would not put it out on the outside because there's not enough bees to take care of this box and maintain and do what they got to do. I would have brought it this way. But because this box here, you see that? You see that hornet trying to come back and grab another bee? Well, I'm going to try and grab it this time. So, she looking. But anyways, because this box had a bunch of bees on the front, I will put new foundation here. But I brought the nest, I put it back in the center so they can work themselves back out again. There you go. I got another one. Put it on the outside of this one. So you've got one drawed out one and another drawed out one. And I have another one right here. I'm gonna put it on this side of the food. Or the side of the box with the food on it. Why? Well, because there's food on this side, so there'll be a lot of bees over here. And she will actually come over here and lay, and she'll lay in the one I put in the center, and she'll lay on this one here. But because it's drawed out and there's not much food out there, she'll lay in this one without them putting food in it. So that's where you want to put that one. Now then I just add another one. Now I'll scoot these over. I'll put this one over here. And this one over here. Now, the reason why I put new in here, not all drawed out foundation, is because 3 is all I had, but this box is really strong. But if the box was weak and you split this box up the way I did, is you don't want to put a lot of pulled foundation in here. If you would have put foundation in here that was pulled already on all through here and there wasn't a lot of bees, a lot of times they'll be stressed and working so hard to keep that foundation clean that it's going to pull away from the nest, and they stress a lot because they haven't worked themselves out to grow inside this box yet. So you can give them some new foundation here and there, They don't have to really maintain it. They'll just walk on it here and there, but they're not going to stay there and keep it clean and keep the beetles out and stuff like that. So this box is ready to go. These boxes are ready to go. So there you go. That's how you maintain this box. You've clipped your queen. She's not going to fly. And you know, if you find a big old pile of bees hanging in the front of it, what happens is she can't fly, so she's going to go to the front. She don't want to be in the box. She's going to climb out the front, and she will hang underneath there. That swarm of bees will leave, fly around, and actually realize she's not there, and come right back to this box and go under the box, because they will smell her. And the bees that want to stay with her and swarm with her will actually go to the front and hang up underneath there with her and stay with her. They may even try to leave now and then, but she cannot leave. So when you're walking your yard and you happen to see that, you can actually just scrape or rub or push those bees down into another box or onto a foundation, and you take the foundation and start another box somewhere else. Or you can go through this box and pull out the pulled queen cells, because that's the reason why she's got to leave, is because there's queen cells. You can take all the queen cells out of here, and you can actually take her and the swarm and put it back in this box, as long as you pull out those queen cells that they have made and waiting on. So that's how you would maintain your box as a hobbyist, and a beekeeper. Beekeepers have got to do this, because what happens if you don't maintain this box? They swarm, they leave, your excellent queen lands in a tree. What happens if it flies too high and you don't get it? What if it swarms and you don't see it? You lose it. Well, this is a guaranteed way you're always going to keep your good queen, and it's also a way for you to make $1 or $2 to help kind of pay for your hobby. All you got to do is put these on Craigslist. 25 days, check these boxes, and look to see if you got brood. You don't even got to look for the queen. 25 days, you pull a frame out there. If that brood's not capped or close to being capped, you ain't got a queen. But if you see brood in there, you got a queen, put the lid on it, put it on Craigslist. Hey, I got a nook. I got a 3-framer. I got a 2-framer. Put it on Craigslist or your local bee club or whatever. You will take no time, and you will sell those bees to pay for your hobby. So, alright, have a good Sunday. I'm going to put lids on here, and I'm actually going to take them to a different yard, because I am lucky enough to have 3 yards. So I'm going to close them up right on the lid. Today's date, 25 days to go back in it. Alright, y'all have a good one.